I am curious, how many people created worlds? Okay, it looks like maybe half of us, maybe most of us. How many people created 2 worlds? How many people created 4 worlds? Okay, let's take a look at this. We have 4 product codes, right, or digits. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got those. We have a 5-digit product code. Here are the 5 digits. Each digit occurs exactly once in any code. Okay, that simplifies everything, right? We just have every digit appear once. The second digit has a value exactly twice that of the first. So if the second is exactly twice that of the first, what does that mean about slots 1 and 2?
It's either 1 or 2 or 2 or 4.
Yeah, that's the only way to make it double, right? 1, 2, 2, 4. This takes up what? It takes up 2 of the 5 slots, right? I made these 2 worlds. Usually we try to figure out whether we should do worlds at the end, right? After we set up all the rules. I made them immediately because you could write out a rule that says like 1 times 2 or something. I don't know, like this is double that, this is 2x of that. But it's like there's only 2 possibilities and then you don't even need to write down the rule, right? And you're getting right into what's actually going to happen, and that's what we really care about. So I wrote 1, 2, and then I did another world down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4. I said, okay, we're done with that rule. It's either going to be one of these 2 options. Sound good? Okay, then it says the value of the third is less than the value of the fifth. I was hoping for some miracle like that here too, but it's not necessarily as obvious. When you have 3 slots remaining, you want to figure out what those variables are. What are they in the top world?
0, 3, 4.
0, 3, and 4, right? Because we haven't used 0, 3, or 4. I'm putting a comma because I don't know their order. But if 3 is less than slot 5, if slot 3 is less than slot 5, what could 3 be?
Not 4.
It can't be 4, so that's a negative rule, right? And so what would it have to be? 0 or 3. So I started to write 0 or 3 here, and then I said, okay, so the last slot has to be what? 3 or 4, right? Because it could be 0 and 3, but it can't be 0, because if it were 0, then it would be lower than everything that's left, and that's not possible because slot 5 has to be higher than slot 3. So I wrote this, and I was going to continue to do that down this way, but what's the test for worlds?
2 to 4.
2 to 4 worlds, right? How many would you have to create, and how full would they get? So you could create, I'm just focusing on world 1 right now, right? You could create how many worlds out of world 1? I heard 2. Who said 2? Okay, Emma, why 2? What are you focusing on right now?
0.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, or whatever. I chose 0 for mine.
Okay, you can focus in on 0. 0 could either go here or here, right?
Yeah.
Or you could focus in on this thing right there, right? It's either 0 or 3. You can do whatever you want. So Emma, I focused in on 0, 3, but for a little shake things up, let's focus on what you focused on. You focused on 0.
Yeah.
Are you guys cool with that? 0 can only go in 2 places, here or here. So first question, how many worlds do we have to create? 2, right? That's not very many. How full would they get? If you knew that 0 was here, you'd have 2 slots left and they'd be 3 and 4, right? Would you know where they go? No, they'd be going back and forth, but you'd have an arc, right? If 0 went in the middle, what would happen? It would have to be 3 and 4. So one of those worlds would be completely done. The other one would just have an arc. I know we created 2 worlds initially, but the same test comes up again. It's like, well, wait, hold on. I only have to create 2, and then these things are done. Okay? So I think I would go forward and I would do it. So let's go ahead and create these 2 worlds. We're going to do it Emma's way. We're going to put 0 here or 0 here. Is anyone confused by this distinction? That's the only two places that O can go. So then we're going to have 3, 4 and 3, 4. The only thing I got to do is I got to put that arc there because I don't know where 3 and 4 go in the top, right? Notice what I'm doing. I'm just hijacking the bottom of this thing for speed. This remains the same. Okay? So that's world 1A, world 1B. Down here, we can do the same thing. So who's left? Actually, we could just focus on 0 again, right? Same deal. So we could say, hey, 0's got to go here, or 0's got to go here. It can't go last, because if it goes last, then 5 would not be higher than 3, right? So then we have 2, 4. Someone who did not do worlds, help me finish this out. Who didn't do worlds? Okay, go for it, Emily. What do we got to do up top?
So it'd have to be either 1 or, it's 1 and then 3.
Yeah. Is it in that order? 1.
It could be an arc over it.
Yeah, it could be an arc because we just need this last slot to be higher,
So
right?
It should be an arc.
Okay. And then how about down here? What happens?
1 in the third one and then 3.
Yeah, it's got to be 1, 3 because this has got to be lower than that, right? Okay, we're done. If the last digit of an acceptable product code is 1, it must be true. If the last digit is 1, which world are we looking at?
The third.
The third world, right? I'll label these. There's a lot of numbers in this game. We're looking at the third world. If the last digit is 1, then the first digit is 2. Okay. Question 2, skip. Question 3. If the third digit is not 0. If the third digit is not 0, that means we're looking at this world and this world, right? Sorry. We're looking at this world and this world because the third digit is not 0 in these two worlds, in 2 and 4. Sound good? What's true about worlds 2 and 4? Does anyone see anything similar between the two worlds?
0 is 4.
0 is 4th. That's the only similarity, right? When this is not 0, then 0 comes here. That's the only thing that's the same in those two worlds. So when it says which of the following must be true, we say, oh, the fourth digit is 0. We can actually just look for that answer. Kyle, you cool with that? Okay, let's keep going. We're done with all the if questions, so let's go to 2. Which one of the following must be true about any acceptable product code? 1 appears before 2. Does 1 have to appear before 2? Nope, not down here. Does 1 have to appear before 3? It does here, but it doesn't have to here, right? Third world provides the counter to that. 2 is before 3. Yeah, that's true everywhere, right? Okay, so the answer is C. 4, any of the following pairs could be third and fourth respectively, except. So who cannot be 3 and 4? Could we have 0 and 1? Yep, we have it right here. Could we have 0 and 3? Yeah, we have it right here, right? Remember the arc? 1 and 3 are going back and forth. Could we have 1 and 0? Yep, right there. Could we have 3 and 0? Yep, right there. So it must be 3, 4. We can't have 3, 4 here. We can't have 3, 4 there. Can't have 3, 4 here. Sound good? Okay. Last one. Which of the following must be true about any acceptable product code? Does there have to be exactly 1 between 0 and 1? No, we could have none between 0 and 1. Does there have to be exactly 1 between 1 and 2? No, we could have 2 between 1 and 2. Is there at most 2 between 1 and 3? Is there at most 2 between 1 and 3? Which world disproves this?
1.
The first world, right? You could have as many as 3 between 1 and 3. All right? D, there are at most 2 between 2 and 3. Okay. Could you have more than 2? Yeah, you could right here, right? Last world. Okay? Last question, or answer. E, there are at most 2 between 2 and 4. You could have 2 here, and you have none there. So there's at most 2 between 2 and 4. So, thoughts about this game? How quickly can you do it? Just curious. Did anyone time themselves and get them all right in under 10 minutes? Start there. I got 1, 2. How about under 9 minutes? 8, 7, 6, 5. I'll just stay over here. 4, under 5, under 5. Okay. Did you guys do worlds or no? No worlds?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of worlds? 2 worlds?
Yeah.
2 worlds. Cool. All right. Any other questions on this game? Okay. This is a game that ideally you want to do pretty quickly. So I'd shoot for 7 minutes.